Today we are going to learn the lesson Atoms and Molecules. You have learnt in your lower classes what is matter. Anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. Here are some examples for matter. The first idea of dividing matter was given by the Indian philosopher Maharshi Kanada. An Indian philosopher, Maharshi Kanad, postulated that if we go on dividing matter, we shall get smaller and smaller particles. Ultimately, we shall come across the smallest particle beyond which further division will not be possible. He named these particles as Paramanu. Around the same era, another two Greek philosophers, Leucippus and Democritus, have given the same idea. They suggested that if we go on dividing matter, a stage will come when particles obtained cannot be divided further. Democritus called these indivisible particles atoms. The meaning of atom is indivisible. That means cannot be divided further. Antoine L. Lavoisier laid the foundation of chemical sciences by establishing two important laws of chemical combination. The laws of chemical combination were established after much experimentation by Lavoisier and Joseph L. Proust. The two laws of chemical combinations are law of conservation of mass, law of constant proportion. Let's see one by one. Law of conservation of mass. To understand this law better, we'll consider an activity. Consider the reaction between copper sulfate and sodium carbonate. To understand this activity better, listen this video carefully. Observe this video carefully.
Is there a change in mass when a chemical reaction takes place? Let's find out in this experiment. Pour some copper sulfate solution into a conical flask. Then take some sodium carbonate solution in an ignition tube and place the tube into the flask such that the solutions do not mix. Put a cork on the flask and weigh the flask along with its contents. We see that the system weighs 120 grams as a whole. Now tilt and swirl the flask so that the two solutions get mixed. Weigh the flask with its contents again. The weight is now 120 grams, same as the weight before the reaction. Hence, we observe that mass has been conserved in this chemical reaction. Repeat the experiment for other combinations of solutions such as barium chloride and sodium sulfate and lead nitrate and sodium chloride. Mass is seen to be conserved in all these reactions too. The law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction.
In this reaction, we have seen that the total mass of the flask and its contents is the same before and after the reaction. That means mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is a statement of law of conservation of mass. Now let us consider the second law, law of constant proportions. To understand this better, we'll take an example of water. You know the molecular formula of water is H2O. So which are the elements present in water? Hydrogen and oxygen. How many atoms of hydrogen and oxygen? There are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So let us see what is the mass of hydrogen in water molecule. Already you have studied last year. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. As there are 2 hydrogen atoms in water, the mass of hydrogen in water is 2 into 1 is equal to 2. How many oxygen atoms are there? 1. One oxygen mass is 16. You have studied already the atomic masses of different elements. So, mass of oxygen in water is 1 into 16 is equal to 16. So, what is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen? Hydrogen is to oxygen by mass is equal to 2 is to 16 is equal to 1 is to 8. So, whatever the source of water and whichever way method the water is obtained, the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen by mass is always 1 is to 8. That means these two elements are having a fixed ratio in water. Let us take another example, ammonia. Its molecular formula is NH3. There is one nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. Mass of nitrogen, one nitrogen mass is 14. As there are one hydrogen atom, the mass of nitrogen in ammonia is 1 into 14 is equal to 14. Mass of one hydrogen atom is 1. So, as there are 3 hydrogen atoms here, the mass of hydrogen in ammonia is 3 into 1 is equal to 3. So, nitrogen and hydrogen ratio by mass is 14 is to 3. That means in ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen are always present in the ratio 14 is to 3 by mass, whatever the method of or the source from which it is obtained. That means any compound, there is a fixed ratio between the elements present in that. That is the law of constant proportion. Let us see its statement. This law is stated by Joseph L. Proust. So, this law can be stated as, in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. This law is also called law of definite proportions. Now, let us see what is Dalton's atomic theory. British chemist John Dalton provided the basic theory about the nature of matter. His theory was based on the laws of chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for the laws of law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. Let us see what are the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. First one, all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. Second, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means we cannot create atoms or we cannot destroy atoms. Next one, atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Look at these examples. Here are the iron atoms. All the iron atoms are similar. They have same mass. All these atoms are having same mass and same properties and same size. Look at the copper atoms. These also having same mass, same size and same properties. So, same element, all the atoms are similar. But atoms of different elements are having different size, mass and properties. Look at the picture. Here it is a few atoms are given: hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, sodium, chlorine and uranium. You can see very clearly the size of all these atoms are different from each other. And their properties also different. That means atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Next, atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. See this example. Carbon monoxide. You know the formula of carbon monoxide is CO. What is the ratio between carbon and oxygen in this? 1 is to 1. One carbon combines with another one oxygen. If one carbon is combined with 2 oxygen atoms, that is another compound, carbon dioxide. So in carbon dioxide, the ratio between carbon and oxygen is 1:2. That means each and every compound is having a particular ratio between the elements present in that. Next, the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Look at the water molecule. Which are the kinds of atoms present in this? Hydrogen and oxygen. What are the numbers, relative numbers? There is 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen atoms. So, in water molecule, any water molecule is considered, all these, the kinds of atoms are hydrogen and oxygen. The relative number is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Similarly, in carbon dioxide, there is 1 carbon. The kinds of atoms are carbon and oxygen. The number is 1 carbon and 2 oxygen. So, whichever the method the carbon dioxide is obtained, the kinds of atoms and relative numbers of each element is same. Next, ammonia, the kinds of atoms are nitrogen and hydrogen. The number, there is 1 nitrogen and there are 3 hydrogen atoms. Once again, let us see what are the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. All matter is made of very tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Now let us see what is the definition of atom. An atom is the smallest particle of an element that retain all its chemical properties. How big an atom is? Atoms are very small. They are smaller than anything that we can imagine or compare with. For comparison, here one table is given. Atom of hydrogen is very small, 10 raised to minus 10 meter. That means 1 divided by 10 raised to 10 meter. Compared to the molecule of water or molecule of hemoglobin, grain of sand, ant, watermelon, all these, atom is very small. Now let us revise what are the topics we covered today. Laws of chemical combination. In that we have learned 2 laws. Law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. Next, Dalton's atomic theory. We have learned 6 postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Then the definition of atom. Thank you.